Hello, good evening. My name is Brian. How's it going? This is Class A plus English, yeah. I hope the sound is okay. Let me just check a few things. We're going to continue tonight with the life and suffering of Sir Brante. I think this is number 16, yeah. So we're getting quite into the game now. I didn't stream last night. Usually I stream on Wednesday nights, but I was really tired last night. I finished work quite late and stuff, so we're doing it tonight, yeah? Let's jump into the game. I hope you're well. It's the 24th of April, yeah? Easter holidays are over, normal stuff going on in the world, but I hope you're well anyway. Okay, here we go. So what happened? Settings, yeah, let's get this going. Turn up the music a little bit. What happened the last night? Well, to be honest with you, I've forgotten, really. When did we play? We played on Sunday. I'm 22 years old. And the game is definitely picking up a lot. Yeah, a lot of things happen. Okay, so what happened in the previous stream? I'm not going to go back and explain everything, there's too much. So if you're new here, welcome. I would recommend going back and looking at some of the previous streams of the story. There's quite a big backstory. From what I remember, the last day there was somebody, what was his name? Well, we are working for the secret chancery, aren't we? And where's the people? People. Occupation. What's my occupation? Spy network. I'm a spy, everybody. Personality, House of Brante, family. This must be it, yeah? We met somebody else, yeah? We met, who was it? Remy. We met Remy the other night. Magistrate of Alizot, manages the city's affairs, head of the noble court of honor, an inveterate follower of the noble traditions of old. He opposes any and all change in the empire. So he made us an offer. And we are working for Felipe El Ferro, nobleman of the sword. He's indifferent. Who is he? Who is Philippe? Who are you? Well, he is the advisor of the secret chancellery, a lesser known but very powerful official entrusted with the task of protecting the empire from unrest and dangerous plots, conspiracies of all kinds. He's kind of like the secret police. The guise of an unassuming nobleman of the sword conceals a man who wields incredible authority and controls spy networks that span the entire empire. I was going to say neighborhood. All right, sorry. I only just finished work. I finished work at 9 o'clock. It's 9:30 here, so I'm a little bit like unprepared. Now, the previous Sunday stream, a new person turned up. Let's find out who he is. Your print shop has been graced by an unusual guest today, a short man of considerable age dressed in the brown cassock of a priest. A smile appears on his round face. So really, the story is really quickly, I've become a spy for Sir Philippe. We're spying on the rebels, the secret societies, I suppose you could say. And the idea was that, like, he gave us money to open a print shop as a front for operation. Okay, so this person, who is he? A smile on his round face, seems friendly. Father Mark. Good morning, young man. You must be the owner of this splendid print shop. I've heard so much about you and this wonderful place of yours. Okay, so he's a cassock like a monk wears, yeah? He's smoking a pipe. And he has a friendly, round face. You asked the visitor his name. What brings him to your print shop? Ah, yes, my apologies. I am Mark. Father Mark, if you will. There's a certain matter I hope you can help me with. I have learned much during my many years in this world, but alas, unfortunately, our time here is short, and like everyone else, I will eventually have to face the ruthless scrutiny of the twins themselves. To scrutinize, scrutiny is to, investigate, to examine. Yeah, to examine maybe would be better, yeah? The twins are the gods here in this game. This is a fantasy medieval world. However, I would like the truths that have been revealed to me to live on after I shuffle off this mortal coil, which is why I've come to you. I shuffle off this mortal coil. Okay, this is a Shakespearean quote, yeah? This is like, after I shuffle off, after I die, basically, yeah? Alright. I've written a book, you see, and now I want you to help me print it. I want the largest print run you can possibly manage. Speaking of which, the last game, the last stream, we printed up some books of poetry, didn't we? We did some poetry by some underground beatniks, hippies. The old priest is clearly not giving you the full picture. He's not telling me everything. Why has he come here of all places? You see, young man, my teachings are a bit bold, a bit dangerous for a realm that has endured 1,000 years of the twins' tyranny. Oh my god. So, again, really quickly, there's something going on. There's a church, there's this traditional church, there's twin gods, and there's been a split in the church, the old church and the new church, okay? Even the new faith and the new church sees the truths I preach as excessively blasphemous. Blasphemous, yeah, to kind of insult God, yeah? But your print shop is known for its, shall we say, open-minded approach. I believe you have the fortitude to appreciate my teachings and the courage to accept my order. Okay, this guy's a bit of a rebel, everyone. Rebel priest. Rebel monk. Would Father Mark be so kind as to explain his teachings to you? Another smile, kind-hearted and sly, appears readily on the monk's face. So we've talked about this word before, sly. Sly is like intelligent, but often in a kind of nefarious way, you know? Up to something. There's an ulterior motive, you know? Sly as a fox, we say. But of course, my son, by the will of the twins, it is my lot to preach, to speak. How could I refuse to instruct those in need? Here's the fundamental principle of our doctrine. Our gods are shit. We don't need them. This is pretty radical, everyone. This is pretty radical. Oh dear. They say a tree is known by its fruit. Well, if the twins are a tree, then their fruits are will, love, and law. But their will is arbitrary. Their love is cruel, and their love is ruthless, without empathy. Ruthless, yeah, without empathy. The twins don't know the meaning of the word mercy, forgiveness. All they bring to the world is suffering. Everyone in this world is miserable, regardless of their estate or status, and we will continue to be miserable. Miserable is really, really sad, yeah, like depressed. We will all be miserable as long as we continue to accept the burden of their divine chains. So, let's be saying, the gods bring nothing but misery, and it's going to continue as long as we accept their rules. There is only one path to salvation in this world. Reject the twins outright. You, and you, and only you, Must accept responsibility for your own life. Forge your own secular law. Fill your heart with secular love. Exercise your own secular will and forget all about the twins. Would that be like an atheist? Well, like an atheist thinks God doesn't exist. He's kind of accepting that God does exist or the twins exist, but what they say isn't right. Well, what's the word for that then? But what about the hereafter, you say, after you die, you know? What about the final judgment, eternal torment at the foot of the pillar, and never-ending bliss, never-ending happiness at the peak? Everyone asks me this, and here's what I tell them. What happens to you in the hereafter doesn't matter, because there won't be any you in the hereafter anyway. This is pretty radical stuff coming out from Father Mark. All right. We will all be dissolved in the twins' own endless will out there on the other side of true death. Father Mark will cease to exist, and so will you, young man. So, like, you say, like, once you die, you're dead. You will have no will. You will make no decisions. You will be incapable of action. In other words, your life will be over. Your existence ends with your true death. Whatever happens to you after that won't really be happening to you. Who cares? Okay, so in the game, excuse me, I've got a bit of a cough here. I've got a frog in my throat. So in the game, people can die 3 times. Yeah, you can die 3 times, but then you are resurrected. You're reborn, as you were. But the 4th time is your final death, your true death, yeah? And that's when you kind of get judged by the twins, you know? It's a fantasy medieval world. So let's all tell the twins to take their bullshit law, their bullshit will, and their bullshit love and shove them straight up their divine asses. Let's cast away the yoke of the gods, the power of the gods, and live our worldly lives free of their despotic, ruthless rule. This is pretty crazy stuff, everybody, yeah? This is pretty revolutionary. I like it. Okay, we have some choices. Let's have a look. Oh, hang on. Okay, so far. Sorry, it's my antivirus is giving me a message there. So let's have a look. What can we do? We can print the book in secret. My scheming goes up. Unrest will happen. My theology will rise. I'm not interested in theology in this playthrough. We'll play this again. I will become a priest. Unrest, which is what we want. Report the encounter to Felipe, who's my spy master. The church goes down. Unrest goes down. Spy network goes up. My relations with Felipe will go up. And the last one, oh, hang on, let's see what it says. You will publish Father Mark's book in secret. You will take Father Mark's manuscript directly to Felipe, and we will print and disseminate the book yourself. We'll print it and share it. You will publish Father Mark's book and get on his good side and denounce him and all his followers to Felipe. Church goes up, unrest goes up, spy work goes up, family wealth goes down, reputation goes down, theology goes up. Anybody got any opinions? What should we do? This one is tell Father about the encounter. All right, I don't really know. Unrest. Felipe. Unrest, spy work, wealth goes down. I'm not really worried about wealth. I'm not really worried about reputation. My personality will go up. Unrest goes up. Unrest goes up. Philippe will like me. Unrest goes down, church goes down. I think we should. Anybody have any opinions here? I think we are going to print it and share it ourselves. Freedom of speech. To reject the twins is to deny their law, their will, and their love. To reject the twins is to deny that their empire is blessed and absolute. To reject the twins is to deny that the tempests are chosen by the gods themselves to rule. Uh-oh, have I made a mistake? If these teachings begin to spread, there will be unrest, the likes of which the province has not seen since the emergence of the new faith. His book is fomenting rebellion against the tempests, the empire, and the twins. This is what Philippe wants, I think. Yeah, he wants unrest. But maybe, have I let the genie out of the bottle? Yeah? You accept, I accept, Brother Mark's manuscript and promise to print the run as soon as possible. But perhaps he needs someone to help him distribute the books. It would be a simple matter for me to arrange it for a small price, maybe. Why so eager, young man? I respond that Father Mark's words are music to my ears. I charm him with a passionate tale of my own creation, describing how many thoughts about the divine design that fills all our lives with suffering. To prove my words, I quote the works of Isatius and the lives of the twins, which you remember from childhood. These works are riddled with contradictions, but Father Mark has resolved them all so simply. How has he resolved them? He just said it's all bullshit. Rubbish. You eventually get so caught up in your own fervor that you even promise to cover some of the expenses for the print run. This is how convinced you are that Father Mark's doctrine must be shared. He is impressed. Excuse me. Well, if you truly understand my teaching so well, I'm sure I can trust you to both print and distribute the books. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope that my sermon has been of some use to you. Do not waste your worldly life in vain. It's too short. Only here in this life can we truly change anything. Only here can we truly feel alive. So he's saying kind of live in the moment, live for now, don't worry about the future and the afterlife. You get to work, you start working. To ensure that all goes well, you do most of the work alone. Only sometimes do you ask your employees for help, and even then you make sure they never work on the book long enough to glean, to understand its true nature. Every 5 days you receive new addresses and deliver the books to them as they are printed. Temples and monasteries, small village churches and large city parishes, commoners' houses and noble estates. There are so many apostates in Magara. So, like, apostate is like against the word of the doctrine, you know. You may have helped propel Father Mark's teachings into the future. These thin little volumes in cheap leather bindings will spread across the empire like wildfire. You have placed another bundle of kindling on the bonfire. One day, sooner or later, it will catch fire. I hope the audio is okay. Yeah? Can anybody tell me? Yeah? I'm getting a bit nervous here. I've had problems before with audio, you know. Okay, we're back to the game. Sorry, I'm just doing this. Like I said, I'm still learning how to do this. This is quite a new channel, so I make mistakes. Okay, good. We've sparked the fire of religious revolution. When you learn that the last of the print run is to be delivered to the residence of the Patriarch Cassius, the last piece of the puzzle falls in place. The face of the provincial clergy, the priests, the monks, the head of the Church of the Twin Gods in Magra, has he fallen victim to Mark's apostasy as well? You have to act quickly. You carefully transcribe all the addresses and send the list to my boss, Felipe. The response from the head of the secret chancellery arrives a few days later. Father Mark is a heretic and a renegade Soundwave. Inquisition has been hunting this man for years. Father Mark has been arrested and handed over to the Inquisition thanks to your report. He is no longer a threat to the Empire. The Inquisition is about to announce a purge of the Markian heresy throughout Magra. Okay, so problem solved. That's the end of Father Mark. Patriarch Cassius is the Inquisition's problem. We will stay out of it. However, your list was a valuable resource for them. The collaboration will be of use to us in the future. The Inquisitors know a lot about what goes on in people's minds, and they've promised to pass along anything that might be of interest to us. So it's kind of a crackdown, isn't there, yeah? Now for the bad news. One of the noblemen who received a book from you recognized you. What's worse, his friends have already heard about it. There is no way to stop the rumors now. I've been uncovered. Excuse me. Uh-oh. Your family is about to become the talk of the town. Get ready to weather the storm. Do not repeat this mistake in the future. Your family's reputation offers great protection, but it is more vulnerable than it might seem. The church is a schism, yeah. The prevailing religious school in the province of Magra determines the doctrines, rites, the traditions, ceremonies by the majority of the population. And we are at this schism point between the old faith and the new faith. Okay. Unrest has gone up. People are ready for fighting. The spy network's gone up. Wealth has gone down, and my family reputation has gone down. But theology has gone up. But I'm not interested in that, to be honest with you. I am interested in smashing the power. I'm 23 years old. Year 1141, the guns of Illyria. Magra has received alarming news from the neighboring province of Illyria. The low-born convicts toiling in the Illyrian mines have revolted against their noble masters. For the first time in many long, peaceful years, commoners have taken up arms. Let's have a look at this. Alarming news, so it's very scary. The low-born, the commoners, the convicts, the prisoners working in the mines have revolted. Yeah, they've started fighting against their masters. And commoners are getting tooled up. They've taken up arms. Worse yet, the insurgents have guns and gunpowder, and no one knows how they got them. Gunpowder weapons were banned throughout the Empire as soon as they were invented. The lords deemed firearms dishonorable and unfit for the nobles. Even Legion soldiers are forbidden from using them. But now gunshots were echoing through the mutinous Illyrian mines. Okay, excuse my pronunciation there. The Imperial Legion was deployed to stop the riot. The legionnaires slaughtered the rebels without mercy, and the uprising choked to death in its own blood before it even began. The south of Illyria is now a forest of gallows. The convicts' corpses were left swaying in the wind as a warning to any commoner who might dare to get tooled up to take up weapons. Okay, we've talked about this word before, gallows. Yeah, gallows is the place where you get hung. To get hung. And I've told you before, in my town in Ireland, there is a neighborhood called Gallows Hill. Yeah, nice name. Although the rebellion quickly succumbed to the imperial military's onslaught, their attack, many Legion soldiers and officers were slain, were killed by the insurgents' firearms. Their steel armor was no match for bullets. The rioters' weapons were destroyed in a public ceremony, but no one knows who built or smuggled them into the mines. To smuggle. You smuggle contraband, yeah? Contraband. What do people smuggle? People smuggle drugs, to take drugs from, I don't know, Colombia, cocaine from Colombia, to bring it to Europe. You have to smuggle it. Yeah, the person is a smuggler. Yeah, what other things do we smuggle? We smuggle weapons, we smuggle rare animals, and unfortunately we smuggle people these days. All imperial overseers soon issued public reminders of in their provinces. The punishment for owning a gunpowder weapon is true death by execution. But the Empire is still restless, still anxious. Somehow, guns found their way into commoners' hands, if only for a short time. Could gunpowder and lead one day endanger the old world of the Empire? So in the game, there's kind of these classes, these lots. Yeah, there's the commoners, the normal common people. There's the clergy, holy religious people. There's the nobles, the rich, the elite. And then you have the Archnians, who have blue skin. Yeah, and I think they are like the royalty. Authorities of Magra fear that unrest may soon spill over, it may erupt. Due to the double tax, peasant farms and industrial manufacturers are facing hard, harsh, difficult times. The province's wealth is steadily declining. But the discontent of the cobblers is still held back by the eternal lot that demands they accept their suffering. Okay, the city is losing money, everyone. Chapter peacetime ends soon. What? What happened? What? Oh, okay, sorry, that was, Jesus, I thought it was dead. Like, what the hell happened there? Okay, chapter peacetime ends soon. Examine possible chapter endings to check which way you are headed. To achieve the goal that you've chosen, you have to meet all of its conditions at the end of the chapter. Glory of the Empire. The Free City. Okay, what's the glory of the Empire? You stop the Elizot revolt dead in its tracks and become Philippe's closest confidant. Free City, together with Mayor Egmont, the last straws, the secret society incites a rebellion among the common folk to fight for their rights. Master of Elizot, you help the Magistrate regain control of the Elizot in exchange for protection against the secret society. The Last Straw Riot. The last straw break free of its chains and incites a full-blown uprising against the Empire. Farewell, advisor. Philippe's plans come to fruition. You finally earn your freedom. And a free man. The Brante family now has enough influence to protect you. Okay. Is it working? Hang on. Okay, yeah, it's working. Alright, OBS just stopped there for a second. Blast wave. Let's continue, yeah? It has been 4 years since Archduke Milanidas and Overseer Tempest first clashed. Each claimed the right to collect taxes in the province. Now, for the third year in a row, they are collecting their own tax, and the province is sinking deeper into poverty. So there's a power struggle between the Archduke and the Overseer, and in this power struggle, they're taxing everybody, so all the people are getting taxed twice, which, creates a lot of problems. The people who have been hit the hardest are miners, diggers, and anyone who owns or manages a mine. When gunpowder first appeared in Magra, mine workers felt hope for a better future for the first time in years, but the ban soon followed, and those hopes died. People have lost their jobs. Industrialists and manufacturers have lost their fortunes. The silver industry is in decline. Sounds like kind of like the world today, everybody. Yeah, it's about an economic crisis. The Lesser Quorum, led by Mayor Egmont, has been fighting to stop the double taxation and reverse the ban on gunpowder for a long time. But to no avail, no good. The common people blame Magistrate El Verman. He has supported the gunpowder ban from the very beginning, branding it too dangerous to be handled by commoners. This friction, right? So these arguments, the friction is throwing sparks everywhere. You have always known that unrest would flare up, it would explode one day. But oddly enough, it all begins with a celebration. Here's my lovely family. It's early in the morning. You're eating breakfast with your family. Stefan is excited. Your brother has been invited to a ball at the Chancellery, and he's been getting ready ever since he woke up. Now, Stefan is my older brother. Let's have a quick look at the family tree here, yeah? Here's my family. Here I am. Stefan is my older brother. Nathan is my younger brother, and Gloria is my older sister, so I have 3 siblings. Robert is my father. Now, Robert was married to Amalia, and they had a child, Stefan. But she died, so then Robert got married to Lydia. Now, the problem here is Daddy is a noble, and Amalia was a noble, so their child, Stefan, again, is born as a noble, but Robert married Lydia, who's a commoner, and because it's a noble and a commoner, I am a commoner, Nathan is a commoner, Gloria is a commoner, and here's my grandfather, Gregor, who tried to kill everybody in a fire, but he received his final death, yeah? Okay. So Stefan, my older brother, is really excited. He's going to a party. Magistrate El Verman is a sly man, Stefan. I would be wary of him if I were you. Second conditional there, everybody. I would be careful. I would be wary if I were you. Obviously, often with the second conditional, we can use it to give advice. If I were you, I would go to the doctor. If I were you, I wouldn't buy that car. Some friends in high places can take more than they give. Okay, says Bobby Brante. Enough, father. I already know that. But if we ever wanted to be ennobled by the sword, we have to take advantage of every opportunity that presents itself. There will be nobles of the highest rank there from all over the province. Besides, there's no risk in making El Verman's acquaintance. Their conversation continues. Bored, you excuse yourself and go to the print shop. An ordinary day of work is followed by an ordinary evening. A bit too ordinary, maybe. You're about to close up the shop when Alida arrives unexpectedly. She brings a letter. It's an urgent report from Sophia, who's my spy colleague, my spy mate. Yeah, you have a workmate, you have a flatmate, now I have a spy mate. You glance through it hurriedly. I look through it quickly. The handwriting is not Sophia's. Philippe has taken a great risk by writing to you under a false name, which means that this news is too urgent for caution. Our informers with Egmont's goons, his thugs, have warned us about a march tomorrow morning. There's trouble brewing. Trouble is coming, everybody. Miners, diggers, and even mine owners are involved. They're coming from all over the province to demand that El Verman lift the gunpowder ban. We can't have the commoners getting weaponized, everybody. This march has Egmont's name all over it. It's supposed to be peaceful, no bloodshed, no violence. Apparently, the miners think El Verman won't have the guts. He won't be brave enough to use force, so we'll have to listen to their demands. Their plan is to show up during the magistrate's party. They're mad, they're angry because he's throwing money around while they are all starving. There are several hundred workers coming and they are fired up, they're angry. They should get there early tomorrow morning. You have the night to get ready. Let's hope you know how to put this intelligence, this information to good use. You burn the letter in the flame of a candle as the paper turns to ash. You weigh up your options. Oh my God, what are we going to do? Egmont wants the protest to be peaceful, but will he be able to keep the angry miners from crossing the line and becoming violent? And Stefan will be at that damn party of his. This complicates matters. Here I am looking like a spy, thinking in the shadows. Either way, Philip is right. You cannot ignore this. What will you do during the unexpected protest? Okay, we have options. We can incite a full-fledged riot, proper riot. Order goes down, unrest goes up, spy network goes down. I will die. My manipulation will go up, and scheming will go up. Okay, I'll die, but I've got 4 deaths, yeah? Recruit the protesters to the last straw. The wealth will go up, unrest goes down, spy network goes up, manipulation and eloquence goes up. Profit from havoc, wealth goes up, spy network, wealth goes up, scheming and diplomacy, alert El Verman, order goes up and risk goes down, unity, reputation, Stefan and Remy goes up. Let's read. Using the last straw, you reveal the full extent of the miners' furious determination. So like they go completely crazy. Recruit the protesters. Your underground organization will support the miners' march. In return, they will join our cause. Manipulation goes up, and eloquence will go up as well, my speaking. Profit. The noble's attention will be focused on the protest. This opportunity to enrich yourself should not go to waste. Family wealth goes up too. Scheming, diplomacy goes up. The magistrate has to be informed about the approaching threat before Stefan and the other nobles are trapped. I don't really know what to do, yeah? I haven't really chosen my kind of course, you know? I kind of enjoyed being a spy. Spy network goes down, spy network goes up. Unrest goes down, order goes up. I am going to recruit the protesters. I don't know if this is a good idea. If anyone has any opinions really quickly, tell me in chat, yeah? Because I'm not really sure what to do here. I mean, what do I want in this game, yeah? We were trying to do a revolution, but we got kind of compromised, and now we're working as a spy for the elite. Maybe we should recruit them for the last straw. Let's go for it. And we're going to go back to being a revolutionary, everybody. You give Alida her orders. She is to tell Moss and Father Fuad to gather all your men. They need to be ready by tomorrow morning. Your mission is simple. You will join the Miners' March. They should not bring weapons. You will support the Miners' Rally. Then recruit anyone you can to your cause. Okay. Come morning, the miners march into the city, tools and weapons in hand. They are dressed in rags, covered in soot from the chimneys and coal dust, hitting buckets with shovels and pickaxes with every step. The rhythm is as loud as it is chaotic. You can smell it in the air, everybody. I smell the violence. The miners are led by mine owners and industrialists, who are in turn led by Mayor Egmont himself. His voice can be heard above the incessant din, the noise of metal on metal. Give us back our gunpowder, give us back our lives. If you want gold and silver, give us back our gunpowder. Very good, eloquent speech there, Mr. Egmont. The entire procession repeats after him, hundreds of voices chanting in unison. Give us back our gunpowder, give us back our... The people of Anisop echo their refrain from the windows. Occasionally a gendarme finds himself in their path and runs away, scurries away. The procession is advancing towards the Chancellery building. Fists in the air, everyone's getting agitated. Oliver's men join them at the North Gate. They are debtors and other assorted scum willing to support any cause for the right price. As the procession enters the Temple District, the white robes of New Faith priests join the grey mass of miners. Father Fuad has worked a small miracle indeed. The priests' voices join the commoners' chant. The thunderous din grows louder still. The twins are on our side. Our cause is pleasing to them, says Father Fuad. He's my employee at the print shop. Alida joins the procession as it nears the noble district, the last straw's youngest members in tow. The miners grow bolder, braver, as they see more and more people supporting their cause. So it's growing, it's expanding, very organic kind of protest, but not really organic because it's all a plot by me. You push through the crowds to reach Egmont. I knew that was you, Sean. You're not going to cause trouble, are you? We just want them to make a few concessions. I know my men, but as for yours, you tell the mayor not to worry. You tell me, so I keep thinking it's mayor. It's not as mayor, as in a name. You tell mayor not to worry. Your people are just here to show their support. Your goals are the same. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Sean. The thousands of protesters soon approach the Chancellery building. The ball is cut short. The party is cut short. Unable to flee the celebration in time, most of the nobles are trapped, surrounded by the chanting miners. Stefan is somewhere among them. Caught by surprise, the magistrate barely manages to alert the city gendarmes, the police. Their numbers are too small to disperse a crowd this size, but the Anisot Legion garrison will appear any minute now. This is no time to be careless. Sensing its strength, the mob continues to chant and bang on buckets without any fear of the gendarme. Amid the metallic cacophony, Egmont's words repeat again and again, "Bring us back our gunpowder! Bring us back our lives! You want gold and silver? Bring us back our gunpowder!" Egmont clambers up onto a makeshift podium. He climbs up onto a temporary stage, yeah? "Workers of Magra, our so-called protectors are having a feast, a party today. Let them see you with their own eyes. Let them hear you with their own ears. You are the people who harvest the lifeblood of our province, day and night, in the darkness of their minds. You are the people hidden from the light of day. You are the people who earn riches for our masters." Yeah, you too. The chant is deafening. Pickaxes and shovels clang against the metal. This is the moment of truth. Either El Verman concedes or there will be blood. Like the film. To the magistrate's credit, he has the composure to face the people himself. The crowd goes quiet for him to speak. This is Remy. "I understand your plight, your problems, but I will never accept such lawlessness in my city. Leave Anisot immediately before the gendarmes and the Legion force you out." The crowd murmurs in discontent. The people are on the verge of a riot. The magistrate feels it too. He raises his hands. So like a riot, you have a protest, okay? So people are protesting about the government, protesting against Israel, etc. And then if it turns violent, if the people start fighting with the police, we call that a riot. "However, I cannot promise you an end to the ban, but I am willing to procure grain and food with my own funds, my own money, and distribute these supplies to everyone in need." Give us the weapons, man. This is a pittance, tiny, an insignificant handout designed to keep the people calm. But it is all they can hope for as long as the nobles remain in power. Egmont catches your glance. He understands it too. "Magistrate, we accept your offer. We are leaving for the warehouses and we expect the food wagons to arrive there by tomorrow. Once the miners have their supplies, they will leave the city." Egmont's backing down, chicken. He chickened out like Trump, yeah? The mob disperses, suddenly feeling victorious, invigorated by the triumph of justice. Others, however, walk away feeling dejected and powerless. I think we know who we're going to target, everybody, for the last straw. Your people put your plan into action. As the march splits up into groups, they join them and begin making friends, learning names, making connections, following each other on social media. When the time comes, many of those miners will walk the streets again and get what they deserve, or to be sacrificed for Philippe's personal agenda. Later that evening, you are treated to another fight between Stefan and Gloria, my brother and sister. Your brother rants about the commoners who ruined the ball or party. Angry with the nobility, Gloria claims there will be a fully fledged revolt one day, and I decide to stay out of it. Often the best way when siblings are arguing. Okay, the unrest has gone down, spy network's gone up 1, manipulation has gone up. I am a master manipulator. My eloquence, I have a silver tongue, yeah? What is this? My ability to install faith to guide and lead people with my speeches, okay? The silver tongue is a very good speaker. They speak very well. Times it. Okay. The procession of the tree. Okay, I need to take a quick break here because I need to go and use the bathroom, alright? So I'm just going to take one moment. I'll be right back. Give me 2 minutes, okay? Here. Okay, we're getting back into it. Yeah. I hope you're enjoying its game. Yeah, if you are, please press like, and if you haven't already, subscribe. It really helps. Really helps the channel. It's a very small channel here, and this is Class A plus English. My name is Brian. I'm an English teacher living in Spain. My headphones are going, and playing a story-driven game and explaining vocabulary. Games I like. You know. I hope you're enjoying it. Let's continue with it. Yeah. Okay, the volume's going. Yeah. Okay. Hang on, I need to check out the something's going on here. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, it's working. All right. I hope it's working. Okay. Okay. 11:41. The procession to the tree. A holy day. I want to turn. A holy day is coming. A day when the entire empire thanks the twins for the silver tree. The sign they left behind is a reminder of their eternal presence in this world. This momentous occasion is especially important for Anisot, my hometown, but the clergy cannot agree on how best to celebrate it. Father Leonard has called for all worshippers of the twins to approach the temple of the silver tree and kneel before the sacred relic. But the old clergy balks at the idea of Leonard and the new believers leading the ritual. The day has come, an immense crowd is moving in a procession. Okay. The day has come, a huge crowd is moving in a procession towards the temple near the silver tree where Father Leonard awaits. But an inquisitor by the name of Jean stands in their way. She strikes a defiant pose. Confronted by a member of the Holy Order of the Inquisition, the procession reluctantly stops. People, turn back! Those who attend Leonard's rite will succumb to the new faith. Those who reject the lots will defy their divine design. You're about to bring the wrath of the gods down upon us all. Open your eyes, go back to your homes and pray to the twins. The procession wants to move, but the people are confused until Father Leonard himself walks out of the temple to meet Jean face to face. People of Anizot, no one has the right to deny you the sacred ritual of worshipping at the tree, not even the Inquisition. Is such a denial not more likely to provoke the wrath, the anger of the gods? The Inquisition must know... Hang on. The Inquisition must know that the new faith does not seek to challenge or defy the twins. We are merely trying to correct the mistakes of those who came before us. We do not anger the twins, we merely vex those who refuse to accept the dawn of a new age. To be vexed means to be angry. This is the kind of religious split that's going on, the old faith and the new faith. Jean finds herself between a rock and a hard place. Say hey, idiomatic expression. To be between a rock and a hard place, two difficult choices. Seeing that she has no other choice, she lets the procession pass. The new faith's numbers have swelled of late. It cannot be stopped now. Alright, I need to turn down the music. It's way too loud. Oh. Here's the silver tree. It's this magical, holy tree. So I need to turn down the music. Okay, here we go. Today is let's start that again. Today is an important holiday. The entire empire is celebrating the festival of the silver tree, which commemorates the parting gift of the twin gods, the divine sapling they planted in our mortal world, in the middle of Anizot. The families of the city spend the day in peace and quiet, contemplating the divine roots that join together all people, their bloodlines, and the entire empire. Sapling. A sapling is like a baby tree, you know? Sapling, I don't know how to describe it. Like, you know, you might plant it like it's kind of like a little baby tree, yeah? So the gods came, they planted the sapling, and now you can see this. It's this magnificent silver tree in the middle of the city, and it's a holy place, yeah? Mother always oversees this holiday. She's in charge. The day before the festival, she seemed to have shaken off her usual apathy and engaged in the preparations with excitement. It was as though her illness has loosened its grip. Okay, Mother has been ill for a while. Apathy. Well, you know, I used to be apathetic, but I just don't care anymore. Mother gathered us, the entire family, for the holiday meal. Father is in high spirits. Sharing jokes with you and Nathan, Stefan is trying to suppress a typical agitation. Gloria is the last to join you at the table. She is wearing new breeches with high stockings and a yellow vest. This is Gloria, the poet. Gloria, you're wearing men's clothes again. No, Mother, I'm wearing clothes women are forbidden to wear. Father gives Gloria a stern look, an angry, serious look. Stefan rolls his eyes but says nothing. Suddenly Nathan speaks up. A few days ago in the market I saw a grocer dressed as an overseer Gaius Tempest. He had a huge carrot for a scepter. He got a sound drubbing, of course, but until then it was quite a hoot. A hoot being, it was quite a joke. It was quite a funny situation. Yeah, cool story, Nathan. Yeah, nice one. Everybody laughs at the ridiculous story, relieved. Even Gloria has a smile on her face when she sits down. The feast, the meal, commences. Your home finally feels warm for a moment. We're only missing Granddaddy, yeah, the lunatic, the psychopathic lunatic. It wasn't so long ago that the four of you couldn't even reach up to this table. The first word you said, Gloria, was gimme, gimme, give me. Gimme a minute. Nathan used to cling to my skirt all the time, always tearing it, and you, Sean, you couldn't talk at all yet, but your piercing stare was so expressive. It felt as if you were talking to me. So I'm getting paranoid here. Mother looks at Stefan and suddenly grows quiet. When I met Stefan, he was already 3 years old. He was so serious, and a smooth talker to boot. So he was very good. A smooth talker is somebody who's very good at speaking. Also, to boot, also. I remember that he had a music teacher, but he was too shy to play in front of me, so I used to listen from the next room. Stefan's face twitches. Your elder brother rises and moves to the old harpsichord. His fingers fly gracefully over the keys. A melody fills the house, melancholy and sweet. The last note lingers, remains in the air, then silence falls. The family is awestruck. They're amazed. Words fail you all. Words fail us all, meaning nobody could speak. We were all so amazed. We were awestruck by his musical prowess. Who wrote that? A nobleman from the capital, between drinking a glass of wine and beating a servant, said Gloria, the rebel. Your sister's cutting remark puts an end to the warm, cozy atmosphere. Stefan calmly turns to face her. No, it was I who composed this piece of music. It is called Mother. Mother rises to her feet. She would have needed help to do this just recently, but now she treads unassisted towards Stefan and draws him close. Stefan puts his arms around his stepmother's waist, then detaches himself awkwardly. So he's a bit uncomfortable. May the twin gods bless you, Lydia. Gloria considers the scene with thinly veiled fury in her eyes. Gloria is not happy, everybody. Of course, high-born nobles like Stefan are made for the arts. They're the only ones lucky enough to have a soul and experience inspiration, unlike us, the lowborn. We aren't supposed to feel anything but suffering, let alone express it in poetry. Gloria wants to be a poet, everybody. Everyone notices that Gloria is clutching pages filled with writing. Her poems. Your sister casts a mournful glance at the family, and her eyes rest on you. Okay, we got some choices. Let Gloria read her poems. Family unity goes down, Gloria goes up, Stefan goes down. Appeal to mother. All right, what was the first one? You persuade the family that Gloria has a right to read her poems. I can appeal to Mama. Let mother calm Gloria down, and unity goes up, manipulation goes up, Gloria goes down. Or I can interrupt Gloria. Your sister is not to indulge in versification. Versification, right? Poetry. Let's say unity goes up, manipulation goes up. Let's go appeal to mother. I'm trying to get the manipulation points. You walk up to mother, take her hand in yours and whisper in her ear. It is time for her to interfere and save the family celebration. Mother nods understandingly. Gloria, my dear child, since you were little I taught you to care for your soul, but if I would fail to convince you, please think about the family that took us in. I implore you, do not take on noble activities. Do not infringe upon the divine order. Gloria's face flushes red with fury. She clasps the pages to her chest. That's right, Mother. Since I was little, do you think I'm not reminded of it with every breath I take, of all the things I'm forbidden to do because I'm low-born? My dear girl, listen to me. There is more to life than you and your aspirations. You are a member of the Brante family, and our family is part of a greater universe. Your actions affect us all of us. We are not isolated. We are being watched by the city, by the empire, by the twin gods themselves. So I'm not allowed to bear your name, but I still have to bear all the responsibilities that come with it. What hypocrisy! Gloria runs out of the room, outraged and tearful. The family is left dumbfounded. Finally, Stefan speaks. Dumbfounded. They don't know what to say. They don't know what to do. A bit shocked, yeah? I hope, Lydia, that you can still make her see reason. Your words were wise. Let us heed them ourselves. Let's remember them to heed it. The celebration continues despite Gloria's absence, and she is pissed off with me. But we're quite happy. We're at 4. Unity has gone up 1. Master Manipulator. (11:42). I am 24 years old. Where was I when I was 24? I was living in London. The Emperor's heir is in danger. News from the capital quickly reaches every corner of the empire. Gerrian and Flavius, the heirs to the throne, to be an heir, like next in line, have left the Emperor's palace for the province of Monia, which is ruled by Great Chancellor, Aegarius Monroe. The Great Chancellor has accused the Emperor's court of harboring malefactors conspiring against the imperial heirs. This is why he has offered them shelter and safety in his own impregnable citadel. Impregnable meaning you cannot get into it, like a big, strong castle, you know? The common people are particularly worried by the news. They take it as a sign that the Chancellor is seeking to solidify his power by holding the heirs hostage. That would make sense in medieval times, yeah? If this continues, Monroe could coerce the emperor into revoking the imperial law, thus depriving the common estate of any and all rights, all that they've been fighting for. All hope for reform in the empire has vanished. From farmer to rich industrialist, the commoners are growing desperate. In your province, the authorities are trying their best to put the people at ease. The magistrate of Anizot makes a speech from his balcony to the excited crowd below. Right, this is Remy. Trust in your emperor, good people. The imperial heirs are the future of the great Tempest dynasty. The emperor has made the wise decision to send them far away from this scheming court. Scheming, plotting, planning, conspiring. Great Chancellor Monroe will take good care of them and keep them safe. Full glory to the Empire! Full glory to the Tempests! Power has gone down, wealth has gone down, security's gone down. Commoners are still flocking to Anizot. Refugees from villages that have been squeezed dry, miners who have lost their jobs, craftsmen who have lost their last coin, money. They all come to the city in search of shelter, safety, and justice. Everybody's broke, everybody's poor, everybody's hungry, everybody's angry. Let's all go to the capital and have a chat with the king. Makeshift shacks, houses, you know, but like not real houses made out of wood. Shanty towns, favela. Makeshift shacks litter the outskirts of the city, steadily growing into shanty towns. Okay, so shanty towns, chaboya in Spanish, I think it is, chaboya. Favelas, you know, like you see in Brazil, you know, in Rio and stuff like that. So like kind of very disorganized, poor kind of places where people live, you know, but like also they're building it themselves, you know, so it's very kind of unorganized. So all the people are coming to the city, and you know they're building houses, these shanty towns. Every day the people of Anizot see more men and women hanging around the streets looking for work, leaving their children in the care of the most infirm, ill, and elderly of the refugees. Of all the powerful people in the city, Mayor Egmont is the only one who considers this a problem. He has ordered several of his warehouses to be converted into shelters and begun distributing bread to the refugees free of charge. Good, Mayor Egmont, good. This is Sophia the witch. When her eyes go yellow, we should run. You and Sophia are sitting on the roof of an apartment building watching people huddle around a wagon. The bread line stretches to the small square between the buildings. The spread line stretched to the small square between the buildings yesterday. What does that mean? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so this is like translated. I think it's from Russian or something. It's a novel, yeah. So sometimes it's not too bad. I think we've had about 3 or 4 kind of errors, but very, very small errors considering how much dialogue or how many lines are written. But that doesn't make sense. Spread line stretched to the small square between the buildings yesterday. No, that's an error. But today, oh, hang on. Stretched. Okay, sorry, it is correct. Right, it's my mistake. So yesterday it was long, but today it disappears down the back streets with no end in sight. So the queue, the line of people waiting for free food, you know, just hungry people, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, longer and longer. Look at those poor bastards. They've been betrayed by their own masters. The nobles robbed them blind, razed their villages, destroyed their villages, and left them to die. I should change my accent there. Back-breaking labour, endless suffering, dying in the gutter. That's all they've ever given them. I'm going to go to London, yeah? Would any of them blasted nobles even move a finger to help the refugees? Not on your life. Mayor Egmont's the only one who cares. He's their only chance for survival. Say, Brante, I hear Augustine Elborn and Mayor Egmont have both been invited to your house for dinner. Is that true? So that's a really bad accent as well. I'll stop that. How does Sophia know about his father asked you to keep it a secret? What difference does it make? You should have told me. She's a witch, man. Do you have any idea what this dinner means? It's a sit-down, Brante. They could be deciding the fate of our city, the fate of the last straw, the secret society, the fate of our own rebellion. You have gotta get me invited. You've got to get me invited. You've gotta get me invited to that dinner. Tell him I'm your friend, your fiance, your lover. I don't care. Just find some excuse for me to be there, okay? So I don't have any choices here. I can't do this. So I can invite her. Now what happens? Power goes up, wealth goes down, unrest goes up, unity, willpower, Sophia goes up. Or I can refuse. My family reputation goes up, my willpower goes up. My relations with Sophia. You have no qualms about inviting Sophia to dinner and introducing her to your family. No qualms. I've got no issues. I've got no worries. or I can refuse and I can tell her that there is no way I can invite her for dinner. Family reputation goes up. Oh my God. We're going to invite her, everybody. Of course Sophia can come to the dinner tonight, but she's going to need a proper outfit. No worries, Brante. I can behave in a noble society. We'll see, Sophie. Just don't burn anyone to death, please. Time for the dinner party arrives. The Brante house prepares for the guests. You cannot remember the last time your entire family got together like this. Father is unusually focused and serious today. Mother is wearing father's wedding gift, a precious brooch, adorned with gems. To her it's a small act of defiance. Commoners may not indulge in luxury, but today is a special day indeed, and she has found the courage to dare this small transgression. So she's not allowed to wear jewelry, but yeah, she's going for it. Stefan is more carefree and high-spirited than usual. He always enjoys his uncle's visits. Nathan is as quiet, furtive, and inconspicuous as ever. Gloria, however, only smiles to herself. Sophia is sitting at the table to your left. The family casts curious glances at her from time to time. It feels so strange to see her at home, together with your family. Mother is the first to acknowledge her presence. Sophia, Sean told us he was inviting someone important to him, but he never mentioned that this someone was a charming young lady. She's a witch, Lydia. Pray tell, how did you and my son meet? Oh, it was a long time ago. We've known each other ever since we were little. We used to play in the neighbors' yards together. And then Sean helped me to get out of Anisot and go to the capital. Yeah, she went on the run. He was a real hero, you know. You see dubious recognition in your family's eyes. Dubious. They don't believe it. My brother mentioned meeting an old friend in the capital. So that was you? Sophia says, why yes, our paths crossed again in Eterna. What a wonderful city. I have such fond memories of the years I spent there. I was so lucky to have Sean by my side. He helped me a lot. He helped me a lot trying to smash the system. Is that so? Then I don't suppose you could shed some light on what happened to him there. What was my son doing in Eterna all those years? He came home with a small fortune, but refused to tell us where it came from. It came from the police, Dad. Yeah, I'm on the payroll of the secret police, and my print shop is a front so that I can spy on everyone, including you. I'm afraid I don't have much about that myself. I don't know much about that myself. All I can say is that I was fortunate enough to introduce your son to a very important man. Sean proved himself and earned the man's patronage. Stefan says, well, I certainly hope this man was a decent, honourable gentleman, nobleman, not some upstart commoner with deep pockets like that Egmont. Daddy says, Stefan, could you please refrain from such remarks while Egmont is here, if only for my sake? Worry not, father, I would never embarrass you in front of Sir Elborn. Sophia, I assure you, Sir Stefan, your brother's benefactor is one of the most respectable noblemen I've ever met. I'm sure the two of you would have a lot in common if you ever happened to meet. You watch in awe and amazement as Sophia charms your family with polite small talk, effortlessly picking the right words for everyone at the table. Her presence is so enchanting that your family enjoys a moment of peace and harmony for the first time in ages, in a long time, yeah? I haven't been to the cinema in ages. I haven't seen my friend in ages. Yes, it's a very typical way, meaning like for a long time, yeah? For informally, yeah? Haven't done something in ages. The servants soon announced the guest's arrival. Baron Augustina Born and Mayor Egmont greet the master and mistress of the house one after another and then take their seats at the dinner table. And my friends, we shall leave it there until tomorrow night. Okay, I'm going to leave you on a cliffhanger. Obviously, something's going to happen. A big dinner. There's a witch there. Stefan is trying to not insult out all the guests. What are they going to do? Are they making plans for the city, for the future, for revolution? Who knows? We're going to find out tomorrow, okay? I'm going to leave you there. I hope you're enjoying this. I hope you excuse my really bad kind of voice acting here, yeah? But anyway, if you liked it, please press like. And if we'll continue tomorrow night, probably around the same time, around 9 o'clock, 9:30. And we will continue the story with the life and suffering of Sir Brante. So I will leave you there. Tomorrow's Friday, and it's the weekend, and we can all be happy, and we will continue with this story. Tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, yeah? And we'll find out what is going to happen. So take care. See you later. Bye-bye.